Guess who just got one of their grails? This is the original SH Figuarts Beast Gohan, and thanks to JP fans, I was finally able to get one. Now, if you've been on social media lately, you've probably seen JP fans everywhere. You've probably seen them all over your timeline, and you've probably seen them talk about how they import from Japan using JP fans. But here's the thing, nobody really talks about the real cost. They'll show you the price of the figure, but they don't always talk about like how much the shipping is, the tariffs, and all of the extra costs that come with importing the figures. So today I'm going to be completely transparent about my experience with JP fans, and I'm going to walk you through my entire process, what I paid, what I liked, what caught me off guard, and whether or not I think it's actually worth it. And the timing could not be better because not only are we going to talk about importing one of my grails, but we're going to find out if this kit from HM Air can take this figure and make it even better. Let's get started. So I've had a lot of questions about JP fans, and I'm going to explain a little bit about what it is and what it does. So JP fans, they act as a bridge between the world and Japan, specifically Mercari Japan. They have this app where you sign up, you are able to find a lot of products much lower than what you would if you were looking over here in the US, because reseller prices are unbelievably incredibly expensive. For example, I was able to find this Beast Gohan for about $98. If you know a little bit more about the market, you know that the resale price for Beast Gohan, the original one, not the exclusive one, is now going for no less than $150 used, and is primarily the reason to why I just didn't want to get it. I didn't want to fall into the scalper price. So when JP fans contacted me and said that they were offering me some credit to use their service, I said, okay, let me see if I can find something that I would enjoy having. Lo and behold, I found this for $98. JP fans receives the product in their warehouse. The warehouse then sends you pictures of the product and its state and how they're going to ship it. That's when you get to pay for shipping, and that's when they charge you with the tariffs. Now, that has nothing to do with JP fans in itself. I was really caught off guard with how much the price was for shipping and the tariffs. So to break it down, I bought two figures using JP fans. The first one was my main grail, which was Beast Gohan. That one was yes or yes. I don't care what I had to pay. That one was yes. I also saw the Goku and Gohan Kintun, right? Kintun? I'm butchering the name. Resale prices for that figure are specifically going for approximately $115. Doesn't get lower than that. Anyway, the point is that I decided to get that one as well. That one I was able to find for $77, which still is lower than retail prices over here. So I did jump on that, and then I had to pay shipping costs and tariffs for that one as well. Overall, we're looking at $77 for the Goku and Gohan, $89 for the Beast Gohan. Now, I'm not good at math, so I'm gonna calculate this. Okay, let's round up numbers. So Beast Gohan was $90. The Goku and Gohan set was about $80. Shipping and tariffs cost me about $75. It was a lot. So the shipping in itself was actually about $40, which is pretty high, pretty standard if you're importing from Japan. What I really wasn't counting on was the tariffs, raising that up by about $35. So the grand total was actually $245. Not counting the tariffs, not counting the shipping, $170 for these two figures is actually pretty amazing in theory. Personally, when I calculate the price, I have to include shipping and other fees. You guys have to understand that about me. If I'm talking about prices, I'm including the shipping costs in the price. So I can't just say I got this for $60 when in reality I got it for $60, but I paid $20 in shipping. So I have to include that in the cost. So all of that put together still is less than what I would have paid if I had gotten them here in the US. I do think that you have to consider the fact that because they don't give you the shipping cost up front until you finally get those items into the warehouse, your $80 figure becomes a $120 figure. So if you're shopping around and you're planning on getting something from JP fans, I do urge you to consider the fact that the price may look incredible, but you still need to get to the shipping and the tariffs. And after you get to that, that's when you're going to get your final price. And then you can determine whether or not it is something that you would be willing to do in the future as well. Me personally, my entire experience with JP fans was amazing. They were very quick. As soon as I placed the order, 2 or 3 days hours later, they sent me a message that they had received the order. So they were already inspecting it in their warehouse. I received pictures of the items. They unpacked it from the shipper. They made sure that what I purchased was in the shipper box. And so I really appreciated that as well. They can let you know how much it's going to weigh. After you approve that, then you get to choose your shipping options. Overall, is this a service that I would recommend? Once you consider that your $30 purchase is not going to be $30, it's going to be slightly more. I think with that in mind, you can definitely use this service because I didn't have any problems with it. Actually, shipping was incredible. Everything came in pristine condition. It was almost as if I had gone to Japan and brought it back myself. This is the box that it came with. Even though it is a regular box, it arrived in great condition. I honestly have no complaints. Let's take them out of the box and see what we got. This is the Goku and Gohan Kintoon. This is the Goku and Gohan set. ASMR. This just feels like I just went to the store and got it myself. It's already been opened because this is a used figure. The fact that I got this shipped straight from Japan in this condition, in that box, is crazy. Everything is here. And I'm so excited because I've wanted this figure for a long time. I'm very happy with this one. But the other one that I bought, this is my grail. I've been wanting this for about a year now. I would always say like, oh, I'm gonna order it later. It just says pre-order. I'll order it later. And then I forgot. So I didn't get it. But now I'm able to say that I got it. This is the Son Gohan Beast. I just got like a slight scent of a plant. The gold label. This is in perfect condition. I'm so excited. Brand new. It's sealed. No, it's not. Never mind. They opened it from the side that I don't open it from. So it's opened. I'm just not used to opening it from this side. I'm usually a right side opener. Well, time to put it away. I'm very excited. But you know what I'm more excited about? The HM Air 011B set. This is the metallic set. I was thinking about getting the iridescent one and I ended up not getting it and now I regret it. So I placed an order on it and that's coming soon. But until then, I was able to pick this up on 5K. You know, I would have gotten it earlier, but I have a tendency of trusting 5K a little too much. I do have to wait a little bit more to get my deliveries, but we're gonna go over this because I want to see if the HM Air Beast Gohan kit can upgrade my grail into an even better grail. Let's stop ranting and remind you that if you guys are interested in trying out JP Fans, you can use my referral code and get a bunch of coupons so that you don't have to spend as much on your first order with the coupons that you're gonna get. So take advantage of that. It's not gonna be the cheapest option, but honestly, my experience with JP Fans has been nothing but solid. Thank you so much, JP Fans, for contacting me and for helping me get my grail. I'm so excited. Let's get started. Excuse me. Let's go over this one before we get into my grail. Now, I could do a comparison once I do get the iridescent one. Is that something that you would be interested in watching? Let me know. This was the only one I wanted. The metallic one looks sick. So let's open this up and see what we get with this package. This is a big box. I got this for about $46 with 5K toys. You're getting a pretty decent amount of accessories for the price. This is what you get. This metallic looks sick. So what you're getting in this package, 8 sets of faces, 2 hairs, 3 bangs, the special beam cannon light effect, plus you get the special beam cannon hand. Let's go over the faces. Right here in this little section, you get 6 faces. Screaming Beast Gohan, looking off to the side, Screaming Beast Gohan, teeth gritting Beast Gohan, evil smirk Beast Gohan, serious looking off to the side Beast Gohan, and this fun face, I'm not sure what this is, curious Beast Gohan. Moving on to the actual head, this metallic looks amazing. Base Beast Gohan, base smiling Beast Gohan. This is a really great color, and this is why I only wanted the metallic, because the metallic one has this slightly purple sheen to it, but it's so bright because of the reflections. The hair is spiky. It's kind of a mix of soft plastic because this is kind of malleable. It's about the size of my palm. It comes with 2 variations of the hair, and then we have a smoother type of blowing in the wind type of hair. Honestly, I like the version on the right just because I like the jaggedness of the hair and how much more there is. I feel like because of the sculpting on the right, you can tell that it's more metallic just because there's more shadow and more contrast. It's skinnier, so I'm not sure if it has to do with one version being from the movie and the other version being from the manga, whether you want the manga version or the movie version. This one is the movie version and this one is the manga version. I actually prefer the manga version a lot more. What I'm a little bit iffy on, there's like some sort of dents on the hair that are making it look bent. And because it's metallic, it's more visible than it would be on matte or pearlescent. See, like right here, right there, not sharp enough to hurt myself, but like still pretty sharp. You get a flowing bang and you get a regular bang. Now this little piece right here is the effect that comes out of the hand. So I'm assuming you attach this to the fingers. Oh, it's a perfect fit. I love it. You also get this special beam cannon light effect. This is what is visible as it shoots out of his hand. Let's add these bolts and see what it looks like. Ouch! Feels like a thorn. It felt like a rose thorn. One time I was grabbing a rose. I picked a rose with a thorn. Thorn just stuck to my finger. That's what it felt like. PTSD. This hurts a lot. All of it. This is all sharp. Okay, well, the pain was worth it because this looks amazing. And this hand goes right in the center. Yeah, that looks sick. It's one thing looking at it by itself. It's another thing getting it on the figure. So let's unbox my grail. Yes! See that? This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I will not get to open it from this side. So let's open it from this side. This feels weird. I don't like it. But you know what? This is a Japanese figure. I don't like that. I do not like that. Why is it so long? I was gonna say that because this is a Japanese figure, Japanese culture involves publishing from left to right, and I guess opening from left to right. That did not feel good. I did not like that. This feels icky. Ugh. I didn't like that at all. Wow. I feel physically drained. All right, so let's remove this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna scan it real quick. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is packed. Now, for those who don't have this figure, it does come with a pretty decent amount of accessories. This special beam cannon effect, everything is so clear and translucent. It looks like water, crystalline water. There's a little stand for the effect so it doesn't weigh the hand down. 5 faces, including the DLC face for the superhero Gohan, Smirk Beast Gohan, Serious Beast Gohan, Teeth Gritting Beast Gohan, Open Mouth Screaming Beast Gohan. Not only that, you get the cross-armed accessory, which is practically non-existent in the event exclusive version. You only get the aura. You get the special beam cannon hand, 2 grabbing hands, 2 key blast hands, 2 grabbing hands, and 2 fighting stance hands, along with the fists. I'm not used to Tamashii Nations and SH Figuarts giving us like a whole set where there's practically no plastic spacing left over, so I enjoy how full this is. This came out, I believe, in 2023, so this was way before I even thought about going back into collecting. This is soft plastic. I guess this is where they started experimenting a little bit more with the torso area and just giving the characters more of a solid look, putting the ab crunch under the soft plastic, which in turn didn't really work out for them until they started experimenting with the softer plastic, because this is kind of thicker. Let's go over the articulation. But you do get the 360 movement. Everything seems to be solid. I love the feel of these joints. This is basically just like the superhero Gohan. It does have the double jointed elbows. It has pretty good range, but I feel like the plastic, the soft plastic, I don't know what is happening here. It's like limiting how Gohan moves. Now let's look up. Oh my goodness. Okay, the sculpting is actually really nice. This is one of the better looking SH Figuarts. There's like a slight gradient that's happening on the hair where it's like darker and then goes into light. I don't like that. It doesn't look like a gradient. It just looks like it started gray and then it went off to white, like the printer ink ran out. The faces look great. This is when they started like diving into like a better sculpting for the faces. So far in articulation, it's interesting. You do get a wider range compared to other SH Figuarts. This gi piece is kind of limiting, even though I do love the damage, the battle damage to it. Love that. Let's check for the ab crunch, which I'm assuming is not going to have a lot. Yeah, this is not a lot at all. Teen Gohan type of ab crunch. Yeah, which is not a lot, but it has that same structure. What I like about the structure of the Teen Gohan is that they started implementing the soft crotch, and that opens up the movement a lot more than the harder plastic. There's no ab crunch at all. Like, why even give us the option for an ab crunch? There's nothing there. Now let's check the legs. This has a pretty decent amount. No, it doesn't. I'm not going to be blinded by the fact that this is one of the most sought out figures that I've been searching for. Double jointed knees in this 3.0 knee. I'm not a big fan of this 3.0 knee. I think it's too bulky. And then for the ankle, this has pretty decent ankle. No, it doesn't actually. It's okay. It does great going up, not so much for pointing. And then we have the toe articulation. It's okay. I don't like hard plastic for the back, because then it just limits the movement so much. Can it do the splits? Barely. That gradient does not look good. I'm going to be miserable tonight. That's okay. That's why we have this HM Air kit. We're going to try out. So let's move this to the side. We're going to upgrade TF out of this. We're going to set aside this thorny little piece, and let's replace the heads and see how that works. And I think I'm just gonna cut to the next segment. Okay, so we're going to try out these heads onto this body. I was very excited because the difference between this body and the superhero Gohan is just this gi piece right here. And though you do lose a lot of mobility, I think aesthetically it looks much better than having that big old gap. You do get the ab crunch, but I just think it looks better. Let's remove the head. That was incredibly easy. We're gonna try out this one. I don't like how smooth this part is. It just looks too long. HM Air doing soft plastic for the neck pegs. Love that. That is so easy to handle. And I love how easy this is to just pop this in. There we go. Nope. There we go. This looks sick. It went from 70 to 100. I feel like the face is slightly darker, and I say that, but sometimes you can't see it, so now it just looks like I'm schizophrenic. There is a slight difference between the neck and the face. There's not much of a difference, but it's there. I can see it. You can see it. You can see it right there. I feel like the teacher from The Incredibles. You see it right there. When have I ever complained about anything that HM Air has ever done? I haven't. There are no complaints. One slight nitpick. His forehead looks a little small. It looks like a 2-head. I feel like the hairline is too close to the eyebrows, and it makes it look like a 2-head. That is my one complaint. Let's compare it to the SH Figuarts. There's a lot more room to breathe in the SH Figuart version than there is in the HM Air, because the HM Air is just eyebrow and hairline. But overall, I think it looks good. Looking down, I think it looks amazing. Now let me see how easy this is to like take this out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with the DKO Goku. I'm gonna take the faces that I see with the Tamashii Nation's Gohan, and I'm going to compare them to the HM Air to see whether or not it's convenient for you to get this kit. On the left, we have SH Figuarts Beast Gohan, and on the right, we have the HM Air Beast Gohan. Colors are so much better on the HM Air kit. You can see the contrast between the red eyes and the white. Also, I love the sculpting of the face a lot better on the HM Air because they're just a master of it. It's very similar to the SH Figuarts one though, so you do get some of the same shadows that you get with the HM Air, but I feel like HM Air just has this face down. The eyes look less expressive. They look kind of robotic on the SH Figuarts version, and you do get that intensity from the HM Air one. It's like night and day. So the next one is Serious Face Gohan. So again, you can still see the intensity of the faces with the HM Air version. The 2-head is an issue for me, but everything else is so great. The eyes feel like they have more depth and intensity in the HM Air version as opposed to the SH Figuart version. The SH Figuart version looks dull and lifeless. And then the last face is this smirk. If you look at it from this angle, it just feels like the eyes are under the eyebrows, which isn't really anatomically incorrect. It's just that because of that, the eyes kind of get lost in the shadow, whereas HM Air, because it's on a flat surface, it gets more light, so you're able to see the white in the eyes a little bit more. You're able to distinguish the red from the background. Yeah, I don't think I was gonna be happy with the matte one. I love this metallic so much. HM Air has the expressions down. I don't think they could get any better than this. Now let's check the next head. What I don't like about this specific hairstyle is it reminds me a lot of the Super Saiyan 10 fan art. I'm not sure. I've heard rumors that Akira Toriyama once designed a Gohan with blue skin and like sharp dark nails, and that's probably what Beast Gohan was inspired by. I think that's why I don't like it. This sort of shape reminds me too much of that ugly Super Saiyan 10 fan art. So let's remove this head. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Very difficult to get this in, but once it's in, it's in. These faces are made from a softer plastic. I love this sort of material for faces because they're so easy to take out, and also I don't have to worry about breaking them. This one is so much better than the other one. I love the jagged angles. It gives it more shadows. I like texture. The angles give it texture. Even the neutral face, I love the way this looks with the metallic. This metallic, I don't think I would have been happy with the matte one or the iridescent one. This one is the one to get. Let's take this one off. The HM Air hand is matte. The final finish on the hand is matte. not glossy at all. So see, the forearm is a little glossy, and then once you get to the hand, it just looks matte. So there is sort of a disconnect there. It's not that noticeable because the skin color is literally the same. See how I can pose it. This whole body is very similar to the CT Toys Gohan. The quality is a lot better. This effect looks sick. I love this. Now let's change the face and see how it looks with the screaming face. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so that's gonna be one of the things I don't like about this SH Figuarts Gohan is that piece right here. It severely restricts the movement. Like you can't even move the arm up because of how limiting this part is. Now, I think that looks amazing. I think it'll look even more amazing if we get to the posing session, and then that's where I can showcase what this thing could do. All right, so let's do that. So final thoughts. Would I use JP Fans again? Absolutely. JP Fans did a fantastic job. Communication was great. The process was simple. Everything arrived safely, and I always knew where my package was. The service in itself was excellent. My only complaint has nothing to do with JP Fans. It's simply the reality of importing, and you can thank another person for that. Shipping, tariffs, and import costs adds up quickly, and that's something you need to budget for before you buy. So if you're looking at a figure and only considering the sticker price, you're probably going to be surprised when it's time to pay for that tariff. That said, if your goal is to get access to figures that are difficult to find, sold out, or ridiculously overpriced locally, then I absolutely think that JP Fans is worth considering, because I've considered it, and based on my experience, it's definitely trustworthy. Just keep that in mind. The tariffs have nothing to do with JP Fans. JP Fans as a service is great. Just know that if you're paying $60 for a figure, it's probably not going to be $60 for the whole cost. It's probably going to be about 44% more. And that's just a rough estimate based on my costs. Going to the Beast Gohan that I was thankfully able to find because of this service, I'm honestly very happy to own this figure. You know, for the longest time, it felt like one of those grails that was just out of reach. The special beam cannon effect is so good, and this figure looks fantastic, and I completely understand why everybody's overpricing TF out of it. The real star of this video is the HM Air kit. I love those kits. I love these heads so much. The head sculpts are completely next level, and they transformed and took this figure from base to something extreme. I wasn't disappointed with the stock SH Figuarts release, but after seeing these side by side and upgrading it with these HM Air heads, I don't think I could go back. Like, the metallic finish looks incredible. The expressions are sharp. The effect pieces look amazing, and visually this takes Beast Gohan from good to gooder to bestest. My only real criticism for the HM Air heads is that the hairline is just too close to the eyes. I would love to have a little bit more space between the eyebrows and the hairline, just because it makes the forehead look like a two head. That is my only complaint. Honestly, everything else looks great, and I love that metallic finish. This is one of my favorite head sculpts that HM Air has ever released, hands down. And paired with this Beast Gohan body, I think this might be the best Beast Gohan combination available. This is the definitive Beast Gohan, and I'm fully prepared to die on that hill. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think this HM Air kit creates the definitive Beast Gohan? Let me know in the the comments below. And also, if you've been curious about trying JP Fans yourself, I'll leave my link down in the description. One thing I definitely recommend is taking advantage of the first time user coupons. Because shipping and import costs add up quickly, every little bit helps. So take advantage of those coupons. Do it just like I did. Those coupons really cut down the price. So if you decide to try it, just remember the biggest lesson from this video. Don't budget for the figure, budget for the entire cost. I can certify that JP Fans works. You just have to keep in mind that the price is one thing, but shipping and tariffs are going to take it to the next level. So keep that in mind when you're shopping around. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys are interested in more HMR head sculpts, specifically, they do such a good job for Gohan. Ultimate Gohan is one of my favorites. If you're interested in watching that, I will put it right here. Just click on that. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.